All right, everybody, what's going on, man? What's up? How y'all doing? And welcome to today's edition of SWAC Talk. This is a show we cover the SWAC inside and out. I'm your tour guide around the SWAC, C Wells, coming at you, and we are gonna talk about the final spring game of the season. Pine Bluff had their spring game yesterday, so we're gonna kind of talk about some of the action that took place in that game, and then we're gonna be done with the spring games and start to get ready for the summer hype and then the fall, man. So football in the spring has wrapped up. The portal is still on and popping, and everything else is gonna get rolling from here. So, with that being said, man, y'all check out the socials: Facebook is Swag Talk, Instagram Swag Talk, Twitter Swag Talk 76. I have a new article on BustingBrackets.com. You can check that out, or you can go to the socials and see it. Or you can go to the socials and find out what else is going on with the show and any of my general thoughts, especially on Twitter. That's probably what I'm most active at as a poster. So y'all keep it locked there. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like the video, share it, comment, and feel free to give me your thoughts on Pine Bluff or anything else that happened this spring, man. So you go ahead and do that after you subscribe, of course, if you haven't done so already. If you have, then thank you. Let's go ahead and jump into this. Like I said, this is not going to be a long show since we only got one game to talk about. The information I'm using today comes from the Pine Bluff commercial by beat writer Tanner Spearman. So y'all check him out on Twitter. Also, he's pretty active on covering Pine Bluff games and things. So y'all check him out to get any firsthand Pine Bluff info that's out there. So let's go ahead and look at it. The defense won this game. This was another game that had an offense versus defense instead of breaking the team up into two teams, and they used that scoring system that can lead to some very outrageous scores. And this was one of those games. The defense won this game 77-73 because they got stops on Pine Bluff's offense's last four possessions. Basically, offense was awarded points because of scores, touchdowns, and field goals, but they also got score points for big plays and multiple first downs on drives. Defensively, they got points for sacks, defensive stops, and takeaways, as well as defensive touchdowns. So the offense scored 4 touchdowns on the day, and the defense scored twice, and also collected 3 turnovers. So 3 of those turnovers led to 2 touchdowns, and other stops and things added up to the 77 points for the defense. Same thing for the offense. The quarterbacks were DJ Stevenson, who was a JUCO transfer. He finished the day 17 of 31 unofficially with 2 touchdowns and an interception. Mekhi Higgins, who started some last season, he finished 5 of 14 with an interception as well. Running backs Jonas Davis and Detrell Cooper had a touchdown apiece. Defensive backs Quentin Sterling and Tavon Hardwick, they scored defensive touchdowns. Sterling had a pick 6 and Hardwick had a scoop and score. Also, AC Swadlin had an interception as well for the defense. Shout out to my boy AC. Keep doing your thing out there, young buck. It's going to come together for you. The defense dominated early, but the offense finally broke through late in the first quarter when Stevenson connected with wide receiver Cam Taylor for a touchdown. The running game stifled early in the game, but it broke through in the second quarter when Tennessee Tech transfer O.J. Ross joined Davis in breaking through the defense for big gains. B.J. Curry nearly had a touchdown for Pine Bluff when he caught a pass from Stevenson and broke a tackle and got to the end zone, but fumbled before he got in, leading to a touchback. After that, wide receiver Damon Dawkins caught 2 passes from Stevenson and got the offense to the 1-yard line. 2 plays later, Stevenson connected with Arkansas Monticello transfer Giovanni Gibson for his second touchdown pass of the day. The defense held strong the rest of the first half, scoring two times in 3 plays. Hardwick scooped up a bad snap and ran it back for a touchdown. 2 plays later, Sterling intercepted Higgins and took it the other way for a touchdown. The defense ended the half with a 4th down stop. Sterling said the defensive players have gotten closer throughout spring practice. We're coming together as a whole, really trusting everybody to do their job. Sterling said that's what Coach Callaway really wants us to do our job and trust what he's telling us. I feel like we're finally coming together. The offense ran the ball on the opening drive of the second half, and Davis bounced outside to the left and found space to score the game's first rushing touchdown. The defense answered on the next drive as Swadlin intercepted Stevenson. Higgins came out on the next drive and got the offense in the scoring position after a big run and pass to Maurice Hinton. One play later, Terrell Cooper scored with a run to the left. Stevenson said the offensive coordinator Tony Hall's up-tempo offense helped the offense score, especially early in the second half. He stated, "I feel like we went. I feel like that will wear down a defense. I feel like we'll be a great second half team, just wearing down a defense." Like Coach Hall said, they got to come out hard and keep playing 100%, and we're well rested with our tempo, and we're used to it. So I feel like the tempo finally got to them, and we broke a big run. One issue the offense faced was a litany of false start penalties. Stevenson said part of that comes down to him or Higgins making sure everyone is set before snapping the ball, and the offense would get that fixed and fall count. This game wrapped up the last of their 15 practices for Pine Bluff. The high school recruits and other transfers will join the team in the fall. Coach Hampton did state that they're still looking to add more guys to the roster through the portal. So this team is still in a state of flux. I'm not really sure where this team stands right now in the general terms of the league. I mean, when you're practicing against your team and neither unit was great last season, it's hard to really take a lot from either unit's performance. But I think you want to come out of it, with no major injuries. You want to have some guys make some plays, and that's kind of what they had. It's still very early. And I do have my way too early East and West predictions coming this week. I'm going to start off with I usually start with the East, but this year I'm going to start with the West. So that video will probably drop either tomorrow or Tuesday. And then my East Division video will drop on Wednesday. So y'all keep it locked here for that. But in terms of Pine Bluff, I still think they have a lot of questions to answer. It's really hard to tell where you are when you're not playing against your own team. They had some talented guys last season, but they got injured and they didn't have the depth. And they lost 7 straight SWAC games before they closed out by coming from behind by like 20-something points against TSU to wrap up the season. So they still have a lot of work to do. I think it's great that these guys feel good about what the coaches are doing and the position they're putting them in, but I still think that they still have a lot of work to do. And since the fact that they're still looking to add a lot of guys means that they're honestly probably not fully sold on where they are with the majority of their positions. So I'm not saying that to slight them or shade them. I'm just saying I say the same thing about any team that I feel like doesn't return a great nucleus. It's gonna take some time for this team to gel. They'll probably be the team that's looked at as the sixth team in the West by most people. So I think they have the right guys in place in terms of the coaching staff to get these guys organized and ready. But ultimately, at the end of the day, it's going to come down to the talent on the field. And I'm not quite sure where they are right now. But they had a great high-scoring game. The defense made a lot of plays. The offense made some plays. But that kind of was like the theme of the spring. Everything I saw from this team this spring, the defense was very much ahead of the offense, which is to be expected because you have a new offense, basically a whole new philosophy compared to what you did last year. You lost some key guys from last season. So there's still a learning curve there. And that's gonna take some time. I mean, they haven't even established a starting quarterback yet, so there's still gonna be some time for this thing to take a hold, and we'll see where they go. They open up their season against Arkansas, so they're gonna jump out of the frying pan and right into the fire right out the gate. So we're gonna find out. We probably won't find out that much from them in that game, but we'll kind of get to finally see. So like I said, we'll be back on probably Monday or Tuesday. I'm not quite sure which one yet, but we'll be back one of those 2 days with our West Division way too early predictions, and then Wednesday will be our East Division video. So with that being said, man, I'm your tour guide around the SWAC, C. Wells, signing out, and I'm gonna catch y'all on the rebound. Peace.